Hi, folks. You are watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media, all of our channels and networks. I'm Mike Morales here in the heartbeat of the San Gabriel Valley in Southern California. That gentleman out there is.
It's Skip Falconer in Los Angeles, California, where construction is going on.
Yes, there's construction, or hopefully not constriction. Now, today, Skip and I have a brand new tequila on the market. I've only seen it on Instagram, and look at this box. I think it's pronounced Emyla, right?
Beautiful.
Yeah. I think this is pronounced Emyla Tequila. I hope I'm not mangling that.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Can you open your box? Because this right here is like taped, and I had to break the seal on this. Look at the presentation on this, folks. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That's fantastic. Look at it looks even better on Skip's camera right there. That's nice. Look at that. And so
there's a little information card in here.
Yeah, right there, like a little. It's got its own little pocket too. I mean, they went all out. Do you have the cap handy? They sent you a cap, right?
They did. It's
there you go, Emyla Tequila.
Little baseball cap.
Yeah, this is the bottle, folks, and it is beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, it is beautiful. Now it's only an añejo. I'm not sure if they're going to reverse engineer and do this, backwards, where they're going to have a reposado and a blanco. But I haven't even, I haven't even broken the seal on mine yet.
Yeah.
So you'll have to bear with us, folks. We may have to, let me pause this, because otherwise it's going to take forever, because it's going to take me forever. So let me pause this for a second. And oh, look at you. Did you already break yours open? You did, you dog. What's it smell like?
Oh, there's some agave. There's the wood.
Okay.
They say it's aged in Kentucky bourbon.
Okay, so it's going to have a little bit more of a smoke involved. Okay, so I was able to pop that open. It looks like you know what this looks like? It looks like a light bulb. This looks like a chandelier bulb. I use these a lot.
Sincuro comes from this Michael Jordan and Jeannie Buss's organizations.
Yeah.
They come from this distillery.
Yes, and we're going to be talking about this distillery, but first, like we do anything else, let's just pour the juice, show it on camera, taste it, and then we'll give you all the stats and stories.
Using my Glencairn?
Yeah, I'm going to use a Glencairn also. If you're watching us or listening to us on the podcast, it's a Glencairn glass. It's a beautiful color, by the way. I've got to say, I'm impressed with the color. It is gorgeous. And
look at that.
The bottle is etched, and it looks like pencas on the bottle. It's very much agave centric. The bottle is. As a matter of fact, I think that's what the bottle is trying to emulate. It looks like a penca, because you can see it's carved. It's kind of etched on the inside.
Yes,
more of a molded. It's molded in the inside, so it looks like a. You remember that old the old 1942 Don Julio?
Yes.
It came in it kind of looked a little bit. It came in that shape, sort of. That's sort of what I think they were trying to go for. All right. So,
this is nice, man.
So, what are the legs? Oh, nice legs and tears too.
Nice legs and tears.
And they're not too clingy. Of course,
no.
We just broke, as you saw, folks. We just broke the seal on these on this bottle. Yeah, now the legs
they sound really nice.
Yeah, they're taking their sweet time though, aren't they? And to be fair, this is a brand new Glencairn for me, because I broke my old one. Sorry, Marty. I've been using that one for several years. It's my trusty one, so I had to get a couple of new ones.
Oh, you still get some nice agave in there.
Well, there's something in there for sure. It's a deeper note though. It's kind of like a combination of sweet on the top and and then it
Sweet,
gets deeper at the bottom.
a lot of caramel.
Uh-oh. It's almost perfumey.
Yeah.
And as it now again, it's only been sitting on my living room floor for like a day or two. So we just popped these babies open. Of course, I don't know how long they've been. Yeah, yeah. We don't know how long they've been in storage previous to this, but and as it opens up, it gets a lot sweeter on the nose.
Yeah, there's a lot of sweetness.
And you know what? At the bottom, there's some alcohol too,
Yes.
which I look for. I look for some alcohol. It got yeah. There's a sweetness in the top layer, and there's some sort of pungency at the bottom. And I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure if that's wood. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's even a little bit of the bourbon that I'm sensing.
It may be. Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely layers to this. So that's good. That's a good sign.
You know, and I'm still getting some of the cooked agave.
Yeah, right in the center, there's a definite amount of alcohol. It's not aggressive or anything, but uh, if you do this with your mouth closed instead of open like I've been doing it, when I do it with my mouth open, I am sensing a lot of the sweetness, and then I'm sensing on the aroma. There's this pungency. There's something dense in there. I'm not sure if it's wood or what. It's not something that I don't want to call it leather. I don't want to call it cocoa. It's kind of like I probably won't know. You know what? Let's just dive in because I think it'll help open up a little bit, but I'm not too sure. I like the alcohol nose on it though. I am impressed by that.
Yeah, there's alcohol right in the center.
It's not so overwhelmingly sweet that you just kind of you just automatically go, oh wow, that's a perfumey aroma. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's dive in. Let's see what we get from on the flavor notes. Here we go. Of course, that was my first pass, and do we want to do we? Let's take another swallow before we even, unless you want to give people first impression. I thought the alcohol, for me, if we're going to go first impressions, which I don't normally, I thought it was surprisingly more aggressive on the palate than I expected. And for me, it's got a longer finish on the rear. It's got a warm fuzzy
that it has a nice warm fuzzy.
That yeah, and I didn't expect that.
I got a lot of sweetness up front with some spice.
That's what it is. It's like clove or something. That's what I sense at the bottom. It's like a clove. That's what it is.
Yeah, and then that warm and fuzzy. It's still there.
Yeah, that's rather bold. But again, that's my first pass. So let's take a second swallow and see what we're getting, because I don't usually trust my first pass, because I've cleansed my palate. You know, I haven't had anything for a while, so let's see this. Okay, now what did you get?
I still get the sweetness, and I still get it. It's a lot more spicier. Sort of like a bakery spice, not a peppery type of spice, but like
Well, that's kind of what I sensed on the aroma was I thought it was clove. I wasn't sure if it was part of the bourbon, you know, but it's on the aroma I get cloves, but on the intake, you're right, it's spicy like a bourbon spice almost. You know, I mean it's like a pepper spice that kind of is amplified by the wood.
yeah.
There's minimal lip and gum numbness. I'm not getting any of that, I've noticed.
No, I don't get that. But it's nice going down.
Yeah, it's a lot bolder than the nose than what the nose is telling you. There are hints of orange, very, very light hints of orange, and I only get it on the retronasal. When you hear us, if you're listening to us on a podcast, folks, when you hear us, especially me, like sounds like I'm clearing my throat. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get some molecules, aroma molecules, back up through the retronasal area, because sometimes what it does is it either reveals to you something you missed, or it confirms to you something you suspected on the nose and the aroma and the flavor.
Now on the nose, I'm getting some chocolate. I don't know if it's chocolate or if it's cocoa.
It's like a combination of orange and cocoa. It's like an orange. It's like an orange oil. You know those chocolates that come in during Christmas that it's chocolate and orange together.
Yes, they have the orange that's inside that burst in your mouth.
Yeah, or it's the kind that it's literally an orange. It comes in it's a shape of an orange, and you break it and it slices. It comes off in slices, and like an orange chocolate. And as it opens up, the nose starts to get sweeter, and it's very familiar to me.
Yeah,
I will tell you that the flavor is better than I expected. It's not cloying.
Not at all.
Because you and I have had some really sweet tequilas that come out of this distillery, folks. All right,
yeah.
I'm going to let this open up. I'm going to give some of the stats and stories. They sent us a really nice sell sheet. Here's what I'm going to tell you. If you see this, or if they send this to you, especially you folks who are vendors, let me read this word for word, okay? Emyla Añejo is the epitome of luxury in a bottle. Aged for just over 1 year in Kentucky bourbon barrels and sourced from both the lowlands and highlands of Jalisco. That is the agave. And this particular distillery, that's their forte. Many of the tequilas that come out of there will say that they are a blend of highlands and lowlands agave, which means they get them from everywhere. Okay, that's what it means.
Mm-hmm.
Emyla is a small batch and limited in production to just 850 cases, produced using fresh spring water that flows through the distillery. It says through our distillery. We are a fully sustainable practice of harvesting the agave and is 100% additive-free product. That's what it says here. For those of you who are looking for a seal, whether from the app or from the CRT, there aren't any. at this point on this bottle. The CRT just recently, as of this recording, the CRT is also certifying tequila as additive free. Patron was the first one to roll out an additive free badge sticker certification. I don't know what they're calling it. At this point, I understand it is only Patrons, so I'm not sure if any of these other tequilas are just going to hire graphics artists to come up with their own seal. I don't know. Okay, right now the jury is out. So that's what they're saying. We use only the finest blue Weber agave, wood, and water. The color is rich and dark, and the flavor is smooth and soft, starting off with some sweetness on the front of the palate, and then just the right amount of heat on the back so that you can taste the agave. All right. Share with friends and elevate your experience. And then they give you all the process back in here. But I don't know if you can read this or not because it is kind of shiny.
Right.
If you see the NOM number, it says 1483. That NOM number doesn't exist. Those are transposed. It is 1438. And that is Destiladora del Valle, which is also known as Casa Maestri. A lot of tequilas come out of there. Siempre come out of there.
A lot of tequilas.
Some of my original favorites came out of there, like Calavera used to do that. A few other ones. I think you mentioned one or two of them. Sincoro comes out of there. I think
Sincoro is not as good as this, though.
Yeah, I think Sincoro is a lot sweeter. In the industry, for those of you in the know, for those of you who are geeks and nerds and stuff, 1438 is known for using additives, and I've had a few, not with Skip, but with other of our TJs that have ranged anywhere from stupidly cloying to orange on a Blanco. So they run the gamut. I have another one that I haven't even touched that I know is going to be sweeter than this one. So, and on the nose, it's very familiar to me, but it's toned down a lot because I think the cloves that you're getting, I think that the bourbon is there. I think it's getting the heat and the spiciness is coming from the bourbon.
Right.
What do you think, Skip? You tell me. I mean, we keep giving this distillery chances over and over and over again, and sometimes most of the time they disappoint. What do you think? You want to go one more swig before we make a determination, or what?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, here we go. You know, now that I've let it go on the sides of my tongue, the saving grace to this tequila is the bourbon barrel.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad at all.
No, because we've had worse.
Yeah.
We've had Celaya comes out of this distillery. You know, you and I had Celaya. I can name a few, but I'm not gonna call anybody out because you all know who you are. And this was a lot bolder. It's familiar on the nose to me. Okay, I'm not gonna lie there, but there's an underlying clove aroma in there.
Yeah. Now that my glass is empty, it's almost like a what's that sweet cotton candy.
Oh yeah, on the nose. I know. It's almost like the distillery's stamp.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's more. It's in other brands. It's even more emphasized, more emphatic. than it
But
is on this one.
it's not sweet like that. It's not sweet like cotton
No,
candy.
it doesn't go down sweet. Doesn't go
It
down
doesn't go-
cloying.
doesn't go down like that.
Yeah. So the nose isn't even that offensive. Although, but for me, it's familiar because I've had so many tequilas from this distillery.
Yeah.
But once it goes past the palate and on the retronasal, it's almost all bourbon. It's that bourbon spice on the way down.
Yeah. Okay. And there's a nice warm fuzzy.
Yeah, yeah, like a bourbon, actually.
Yeah.
Like a way
And
that
it's
bourbon finishes.
medium. It's medium to medium finish.
Yeah.
Medium finish.
Medium to long.
I'm still tasting it.
Yeah.
Well, definitely on the packaging.
Oh yeah, for sure. But what about the rest of it? What do you think? I'll let you make the determination. You know, I'll go with what you say because I'm on the fence right now because I know more about this distillery than I should. But of the ones that I've had in the past that are aged like this isn't bad.
No, it's not. It's not.
Now I'm not sure about the claims. I would take everything that they say on their copy. I would take it with a grain of salt, okay? Because you're really not going to know whether it's the app the app will never they'll never certify this as additive free. CRT might, but we don't know yet. Okay,
right.
We don't know if they're going to go from brand to brand or what. Now this is a limited run, so it could be that this was the person that owns this. His name is Art, and I'm going to mispronounce his last name, so I'm not even going to try. But it tells you it's 80 proof. They cook it in stone brick ovens. They've got all these stone brick ovens and autoclave, so it's all mixed together. Crushing, it's all mills as shredders. Double distill, we know that. Open air stainless steel fermentation. Okay.
Right.
100% agave, and the water source is natural spring water. That distillery's got some really good equipment. I'm not going to lie either. I mean, they're very well placed. They can get agave from anywhere. They have the dual purpose of blending a lot. So they'll use an autoclave, they'll use brick ovens, they use highlands and lowlands. So it's all shredded together to squeeze up enough juice, and then you got a decent water source. But it says all natural, no additives, sustainable farmed. It should be sustainably farmed. And that could be because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe that this distillery owns their own agave. So that would
I say
yeah. But there's a lot of, it's a lot of people is going to question this. You know who I'm talking about? You know that the people who have jumped on the additive free bandwagon, those guys are really cultish, and they're gonna I don't know. And the fact that it's only an añejo, although I've had blancos from this distillery. The blancos are always stellar. I love all their blancos. They're very good. In fact, I don't think I've ever not had a blanco coming out of 1438 that I didn't enjoy.
Wow.
But what is it?
What happens between the blanco and the age?
Yeah, I don't know. You turn your back, let's see. Our blend of agave is sourced from the highlands, lowlands. Pretty much says the same thing. Drink good, do good. That is Emyla. Our mission is to create the most authentic, ultra premium añejo and focus on bringing people closer and sustainably elevating the experience. Well, you know what? I got no problem with their message. You tell me. I'll go with what you say.
I say give it a brand and promise.
Give it the brand of promise. All right, brand of promise nominee.
Yes,
in the añejo category, and it is. I will say, if you're not a fan of this distillery, this one might change your mind. Now, after he sells out of the 100, 850 cases, after that, whether it makes it back on the market, I don't know. Do we have a price point for this thing?
You know what I see is it's over 100.
Okay.
No, there's no brand of promise on the pricing.
No, of course not. It's not a value, it's not a value tequila.
But yeah, I think it's over 100 retail.
All right. Yeah, and the more it opens up, it's almost like the sweetness. This is still the first pour, folks. I haven't poured or anything. And so the more it opens up, it kind of loses that sweetness. It's still there on the very top. Not subtle, but that bourbon, that clove thing that they had at the bottom, that's there. And I gotta say, it finishes like a bourbon, and it's only 80 proof. As a matter of fact, it finishes. You and I were at the San Diego Spirits competition, so some of those bourbons finish kind of hot. Right. So we were judges at the San Diego Spirits competition, the festival that just happened. When you see this, it will have already happened. And you rate everything. You get everything from vodkas to tequilas to bourbons and whiskeys, and some of those bourbons can get really hot. Yeah, spicy hot. And this one finishes that way. One of the better ones I've had from this distillery. I'll admit that. So just for that, I say give it a chance. If you folks have been watching us on Instagram or for any length of time, or Facebook or YouTube, right here on YouTube, leave us a comment. First of all, give us a like, subscribe, okay? Hit the notification bell so that way you're notified every single time we upload a video. And then leave us a comment. If you've had the Emyla, tell us what you're doing with it. Tell us what you're paying for it. Where can they get it? Where did you see that pricing, Skip?
You know what? I saw it on, I think it was Total Wine.
Okay, but that's possible. I haven't checked. I'm not sure. It would be probably the ones under the lock and key.
I'm not sure if it's here in California yet.
Well, the owner is in California because they had it dropped off to our house, to my house. Yeah. So I don't know. I at least the warehouse is here, apparently. Okay. But again, if you folks have had it, and what are you doing with it? I would say that it's surprisingly bold enough to hold up to a cigar if you do cigars. I wouldn't go too bold, but I didn't want to like it, but I kind of do. Yeah. And I think, you know what? This is a really good, if this is the direction that distillery is headed in, maybe there's still hope. Okay? There might still be hope.
Keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive, man. That's it. Anyway, folks, that's our take on Emyla Tequila. It is a beautiful, beautiful packaging. It does give a little bit of that Don Julio vibe, the 1942. You see the pencas that are molded into the bottle. Just be careful about what you read out there. I think the copy is a little bit muddled, and they need to clear that up. But the packaging is gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. They went all out. I appreciate Art and the company for dropping it off to myself and delivering it, to have it delivered to Skip. But that's our take. Emyla, we're gonna have to edge it in there under the wire. It's a brand of promise. I'm looking forward to seeing what else the distillery can produce that is similar. Okay, because maybe they're turning the corner. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm sure we'll have more tequilas coming out of that distillery. But regardless, stay with us, because we'll investigate every single one and that comes across our desk. But that's our take. I'm Mike Morales here in this heartbeat of the San Gabriel Valley in Southern California. That guy out there is
Skip Falconer in Los Angeles, California.
You've been watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media, all of our channels and networks. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms, except for maybe TikTok, because TikTok. And whatever you do, folks, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.